The question is, what or where do you want to be? And I think a lot of times we set goals for ourselves and we set these expectations for ourselves and of where we want to be and where we want to go in our personal life and our business. And we forget that, and I love this quote, and I cannot remember where I saw it, but to set a goal so high that you can't achieve it until you can grow into the person who can. Who we were before we reach that goal is somebody totally different than when we reach the goal, right? Most likely, we have not reached the goals we wanted in the past because of maybe we weren't consistent enough. Maybe we needed instant gratification. Maybe we just weren't tenacious enough. Maybe we let struggles get in the way. Whatever it is, a lot of times we see that and we look back, we can see why we didn't reach the goal that we did. Maybe we didn't try hard enough. Maybe we gave up before, the breakdown happened before the breakthrough, and we just quit at that moment. And a couple of things come to mind in this. Number one is the story. I think it was, I'm not going to tell the story right, and I'm not going to get the names right, but it was the people that spent all the money to strike gold. And they couldn't understand like what was going on, and literally they were 3 feet away from setting themselves up and generationally setting themselves up for wealth, right? And so he sold all of his equipment for like $100 and walked away. And the guy who bought the equipment, who was going to resell it, was a very good business mind. He said, you know what, I'm just going to like invest in somebody who can go check this out and see if it's worth like pursuing. And so he invested in somebody who knew about fault lines. And the guy said, yeah, you would think that this is where it would be, but actually because of the fault lines, it can move up to 3 feet away. And so when they found out that, and this other guy that bought the equipment started digging, he found all this gold that the original guy, I can't remember his name, that he should have been the owner of, right? But because he gave up too fast, he wasn't able to do that. Why? Because he either didn't believe it was going to happen, he ran out of money, but belief at the end of the day is the main reason that he quit, right? Because if you cannot believe, if you still believe it's true, you're going to find a way to make it happen, right? And so I do believe that who we are before we reach the goal is totally different than who we are after we reach the goal. I'll never forget, somebody asked me about being on a podcast, and they said, I need to know if you've reached the 6-figure mark, because people who have not reached the 6-figure mark do not understand what all it took to get there. And I need to make sure that I have no one on my podcast who has not had consistent 10K months or 8K months, whatever it is. And I thought about that so long after I got off that call, and I was like, you're right. The person I was and the person I wanted to be was not the person that I became, right? I'll never forget being passed up for $1 million partner opportunity. And I was really salty about it. And it was funny because after I finally hit the 6-figure mark, I realized now I was not ready for that. That I wasn't the person I needed to be yet. And so many times we forget that journey. We forget that journey that we're supposed to go on. So maybe you're trying to hit a goal, but you have not done enough personal development or enough work on yourself to become the person who needs to hit that goal. And so I want you to always remember that sometimes it's us that we get to work on, not necessarily the goal that's not attainable. It's we have to work on ourselves first. Just like we always say, your business will never outgrow you, because your comfort zone is what has to come first, right? You have to push out of that. Your business can't push out of its comfort zone until you do, because you are the face, you are the CEO, you are the business owner, right? So it all starts with you. The growth starts with you. And when you can grow personally, your business can grow to where you want it to go. When you can grow personally, you can run that marathon or that 5K or whatever you're trying to do, right? When you can grow personally, you can have the debt payoff. You can have the income that you want. You can create that, but it comes down to you first. Your growth has to be there before anything else will happen. Now, at the time I was passed up for opportunities because I wasn't at 6 figures. I didn't understand it. I was very salty. I was very angry. I was very jaded, right? Because why doesn't anybody believe in me? Why doesn't anybody believe in me? That was the thing I said to myself. And looking back, I didn't believe in myself. Why should somebody else believe in me? I'm sure people believed in me, by the way. But I didn't believe in myself. I didn't really believe hitting six figures was attainable. I went through a lot of ish. It was not an easy transition. It was not an easy move. It took a lot to get me there. And now I can appreciate that. Now I can see the growth. Now I can see what had to happen. But until my mind was ready, and until I was ready to experience that growth, that painful growth, let's be honest, it was painful growth. Until I was ready to experience that, I wasn't going to hit the six-figure goal, right? It wasn't going to happen. And then it was funny because I was so focused on 10K months, right? So focused on that. I literally never hit a 10K month. I went completely over that, which is insane because my friend Megan, who was like my first really good friend in the mastermind I joined 3 years ago, said to me, what's so special about 10K months? Why not 12K months? Why not 13K months? Why not 15K months? Why not 20K months? And she was so right. There was nothing special about 10K months, except it's what everybody else was talking about, right? It's what everybody else wanted to achieve. It wasn't necessarily my particular goal. It's the goal that everybody else wanted. And so I thought I wanted it too. And when I really nailed down, understood who I was, understood who I needed to become to reach the six-figure goals, that's when it happened. Nothing worth having is easy. Achieving a goal that is easy, is that really a goal? No. If I want to walk a fourth of a mile more today than I did yesterday, okay, that's improving, right? And if I said I want to do that once a month, I want to improve a fourth of a mile. Okay, that's not really stretching myself. But if I said I wanted to improve a fourth of a mile every week or every day, now we're talking. Now I'm stretching myself, right? So everybody's stretch is going to be different. Everybody's comfort zone is going to be different. But the best thing I've done for myself and my business is push myself outside my comfort zone, become the person I need to be to reach the goal. Pour into myself to become the person I need to be to reach the goal. Let me say it again for those in the back. Become who I need to be to reach the goal. And the same thing is going to happen on a seven-figure run, right? I cannot become a seven-figure earner until I become that person. Am I headed in the right direction? Absolutely. Am I there yet? No, I'm not. But I'm working on it. Can it happen in a month? Maybe. Can it happen in 2 months? Probably. Could it happen in 3 months? Most definitely. But I have to be the one who goes after what I want. I am the one who has to become who she needs to be. Or otherwise, none of those goals are going to be possible. And unfortunately, this is the same true as for me as it is for you. We get to work on ourselves to become who we need to be to reach the goal we want to reach, no matter what it is.